Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of STX Weekly, number 52. And hopefully, we'll get over our tech issues. Every week, I try something new to get it right. And the last few weeks, it has not worked well. Be honest and sorry for the bad connections. But this one, we've tested it a few times in HD. So hopefully, I'm visible clearly, and the show will go smoothly as well. All right, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into the news of the week. And there are some fun bits to talk about. Overall, a generally slow news week, but starting with a bang when it comes to funding rounds and especially an acquisition deal. Now, usually we don't cover too much gaming related news. Because gaming is a very broad spectrum. We look at esports more, but there has been clear continued interest from the Saudi Public Investment Fund when it comes to esports and gaming in general. And this is this is more evidence of that. Savvy Games Group, which is from Saudi Arabia, acquires Scopely in $4.9 billion deal. This is subject to some sort of like regulatory approval, but more money coming into the esports market courtesy the Saudis. What is Scopely? Scopely is basically a mobile gaming provider, and they have made games for the likes of the WWE, sports entertainment, some kind of wheeling it in. They do a bunch of games, as it says here, from Scrabble to the likes of Marvel and WWE and so on. And this is coming on the back of the SGG Savvy Games Group's investment into Chinese esports tournament provider VSPO, 265 million they invested there. We covered that deal a while ago, so we said why not cover this one as well. All right, that is a big acquisition out of the way. A big funding round for a company that is used to raising a lot of capital. One that we've talked about a lot on the show over the last year or so. Tonal raised 130 million. Now, sounds like a lot of money, and it is, but the key part here is that this is at a significant down round. It is a significant down round. So the valuation is far reduced from $1.9 billion this time last year, now expected to be around 600 million. Why is that the case? Again, we've covered high-end premium connected device news on the show quite a lot, especially Peloton with the likes of Mira and Lululemon downgrading that investment and other products as well. Tonal has been hit post-pandemic as the world opened up. Their devices are not as attractive, but there is still value in this product. Weight training will not go anywhere, and weight training at home in a high-end market will exist, maybe just not at the high levels of growth that we're seeing now. Tonal has cut jobs, closed studios, and shuttered physical stores, but is still burning a lot of capital. And their new president, Crystal Zell, talks about how we're taking Tonal into a new age and seeing what this new paradigm looks like, so on. A lot of money coming into this company. Let's see how they go on from here. Another company which has been raising a lot of money over the last year or so is good friends of ours at Teamworks. They've closed another $65 million round. Shout out to Zach and Mitch and the whole team. I just emailed Mitch yesterday when I saw the news. This funding round is actually their own website talks about it much more in a more aesthetic way, shall we say. They've closed a $65 million Series E round and also acquired ARM software, which is the recruitment management software. So for scouting and recruiting for college athletics, so NCAA teams. So this investment was led by Dragoneer, which is an SF-based investment group. And just look at this little slide, image from 2006 when Teamworks is launched. 6, 16, 28, 50 million last year, and 65 million this year. This is a company that is clearly on the up. What do they do? In case you don't know what Teamworks is, basically I think they like an operating system for sport. They help you manage your team, manage your schedule, manage communication, do recruiting, do backend operations, do content distribution, acquisitions as well. So getting far ahead. Next up, I said it's a slow news week. I'm actually going to steal a piece of news. Oops, got this order wrong. Yeah, so this story is the next one that I want to talk about. The San Francisco Giants have now the world's first 6E Wi-Fi 6E ready sports venue. Is this really a big deal? It's better connectivity in stadium. It's better than 5G, better than anything else that you will find. What is 6E? Is that you have got a little explainer here. Wi-Fi bandwidths have usually been 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz if you've spent any time configuring Wi-Fi in your home or office. 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi, I think this and the Wired article explains it nicely. There's a nice analogy here. Think of 2.4 as a single track road to 3 lane, which is 5 gigahertz, and 6 lane, which is super highway, which is 6 gigahertz, more bandwidth, more space in public venues, especially for people to connect with Wi-Fi. I expect a much better connection. You ever go to the Oracle Park? I've never been there. Maybe a chance to go check it out. And with better connectivity, there can be so much more that the venue can do, more in terms of content that they're pushing to you, more fan experience, more focus on fan experience possibly. So yeah, better connectivity in your seat can lead to a better experience. All right, that is the San Francisco Giants. A new story from last week, which I actually really liked, but last week there was a lot of news, so we didn't cover it. But Fanatics has announced a pretty interesting collectibles initiative with the MLB this season. So all rookies, everybody making their debut, will wear a patch on their sleeve, as it shows in the image here, which is a debut patch. And this patch will go into an MLB Topps collection at some point in time. So the actual physical patch that the player is wearing in that game, in their debut match, in their debut game, will go after some authentication processes, will go to Fanatics and be made part of a Topps card collection that somebody can buy at some point in time. So it's a nice, and there will be, I'm sure there will be a digital version of it and a physical version of it. So interesting connection between the two worlds as well. I like the initiative because it's trying to make the card valuable. Actually, a card, a physical collectible, more valuable. Because imagine if you have a debut patch of Derek Jeter or an Aaron Rodgers, or sorry, not Aaron Rodgers. What's the guy's name? Anyway, whatever. The New York Yankees star athlete now, Aaron Rodgers is not the guy. But if you had Derek Jeter, or Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, or whoever else, I'm showing my age with the basketball, the baseball players that I know. But I think that would be super valuable and something that could increase the value of the card significantly. So nice marriage of those two worlds here. Story number 2. Peacock has signed an agreement with MetaQuest, making all sorts of their content available now on VR. And especially there's 90,000 hours of movies, TV shows, etc. But more interestingly, live sports events in VR, including the MLB, the Premier League, wrestling, college football, the NFL, and so on. There is an article here, a video, which, I mean, I can play it for you, but it doesn't really say much. It just clips from different shows. It's not showing the VR experience, which is what I was looking for. Like, what is it like to watch, I don't know, The Office in VR? Is it actually you're just surrounded, or are you an animated character just watching another screen in VR? I don't know. I'm not clear on what it is to watch something which is created in 2D in a 3D environment. But maybe you're on the set, or it makes you feel like you're actually in the office. I don't know. We'll hopefully get a video of that. But I think it's a nice shift. The partnership opens up a lot of content for Meta and for Quest. And yeah, with your Peacock subscription, go buy a VR headset, a MetaQuest headset, and go watch your favorite shows, and especially live sports in VR. Sounds pretty fun. All right, the last news for the week, keeping it tight and the show moving along. The playoffs are here. The play-ins have, I think, just about finished. I think there's one round, final round of the play-ins left to go. But the playoffs are here, and most of the lineups are out. The NBA playoffs is basically what you wait the whole regular season for. Like, I mean, the All-Star game viewership was really down. It was quite a dud of an All-Star game this year. The MVP race and Rookie of the Year and all those races are interesting to track, but mainly it's all about the playoffs, of course, and to see especially the Warriors take a decent position in the bottom half of the West in sixth place. Lakers securing that seventh position. There are lots of interesting matchups. I don't want to talk too much about basketball, but what the NBA has also simultaneously been doing has delivered record digital and social engagement numbers. More people are watching or interacting with the NBA on social platforms. A quick rundown of the numbers: 32 billion views for all NBA related content across social media platforms, more than 10% up year on year. 14 million new subscribers. 50% of these are 25 or younger. They are now the eighth most followed brand on Instagram. The YouTube channel crossed 20 million subscribers, the first sports platform to do it. 75, and I would have to say I'm definitely one of those people who goes to the NBA YouTube channel, watches a lot of content. So billion views, blah, blah, blah. Lots of their social numbers were on the up. 50% growth in subscribers on the NBA League Pass. I've been trying to get League Pass over here in Germany. It's just really annoying that it only comes with German commentary. If anybody can give me a solution, at least so far what I've seen, if somebody can give me a solution to watch the playoffs with English commentary here, that would be great. But yeah, the NBA growing big time across all social platforms as we gear up for the playoffs. That is it. That is all the news for the week. We have our last report, as always, VC report, which you could check out if you want to see content from investment stories from last year about what are the latest trends in sports tech and such. But our new report is also out, which will be out in the first week of May. So if you're interested in being featured, interested in doing some sponsored content with us, please reach out. Meantime, if you actually finally think that this production of the show is okay, drop us a like, drop us a share, a subscribe, tag somebody on the video. Hopefully that'll help spread the word. All right, see you guys.